Our standards are what define us. We are not the highest version of ourselves that we can imagine. We are the lowest version of ourselves we can accept. Do that worksheet in excellence. If you're watching this now and you didn't stop the video, go complete the worksheet, make a copy. Let's go ahead and do that now. That is so much more powerful than just sitting here watching me tell you about how I got my dream and you actually writing your own story. So if you haven't done this, go back now, pause the video. It'll still be here when you get back. And for those of you that have, you will do nothing to achieve your goals, but you will fight like hell not to breach your own standards. As humans, we will do more not to lose something than we will to gain it. Like right now, I just achieved the 43rd floor, top floor penthouse in Miami. There is no way I would go back down to how I was living in Mexico. That's for sure. I'm not going back to Mexico. I hope you guys get the concept. When you elevate in life, never let yourself go backwards. That's the concept of all offense. I would never go back to Ohio. Heck, I don't even want to go back to California. If you want to achieve your dreams and goals, you must turn them into an irrefutable standard. This penthouse is now my new standard, and I have to have a penthouse work ethic to match if I want to live in a penthouse. So looking back, I just can't believe I made it so hard on myself. I spent over a year stuck at $35 for a haircut, and all that suffering, fear of failure, and sadness was caused by ignoring the consequences of my own actions. Now here's where we have the fun part. Facing the red pill. What is facing the red pill? It's when you stop fighting your shadows and running away from your problems and fears, and you face the music and face the truth. And deep down, you know that truth that needs resolving and cleaning out. I used to sweep stuff under the rug, literally, and I had to pick the rug up and get all that dust and dirt and debris out from under. But really, it was inside here. I had to do a lot of deep work on myself, journaling, meditation, the daily removal process of all the shameful, guiltful actions, every single vice. You guys got vices and they're holding you back in life. And I had to cut those out one by one. And people ask me, Joel, I know that's cool, man. I get the vice talk, but when are you going to show us how to make 20K a month or how you cut 2C? Like, this is what I want to learn, Joel. How did you get paid $1,000 for your house calls? Well, guess what? This has more to do with that than you could ever imagine. See, the moment you confront it, it all fades away, and it was never even that big of a deal. And a breach in one area of your life will be a breach in every area. And having a business is just going to magnify it 10x. If you guys have a personal life issue and then you think you're going to start a barber business and it'll just be separate and you can have all this stuff going on, like a hygiene issue, like some of these guys' fingernails are so long and dirty, and you smell bad and you're not promoting your image properly. You don't show up to work with a fresh haircut, but you expect people to pay you hundreds of dollars for a haircut. That's what we call delusion, not facing the music. So you must understand that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and that all that exists is cause and effect, and you can't cheat the mirror. You can't cheat when you look in that mirror. And this isn't a business tactic, but it's the most profitable thing you can possibly do. So small exercise. Let's identify your patterns of existence. Next worksheet. All right, you guys already know the deal. Grab this here, click here to open it up, make a copy. You can also just click File. If you go to the very top left here, click File, make a copy. And then you'll click this, make a copy. So for me, when I made this worksheet, I was making $29,000 a month as my high. And this is all from barbering behind the chair. And the low was $16,000 a month. And my average was about 21,000. Every single month, I was making 20K a month. And on a high for my health, we want to go every area of your life. Brain dump, everything you can think of for your health. So I have vitamins, I would have healthy meals, I would have a ton of water, I would have a peak energy, peak performance, intense workout, and 8 hours of sleep, and I would not have cheat meals. No ice cream, no need for pasta or breads or donuts or whatever cheat meals people eat. And then low would be I would forget to take my vitamins, but really it was just because I messed up in another area of my life. So then it was going across the board, congruent, eye for an eye. I would barely drink water, super dehydrated, forget to work out. Really, no, you just slept in, so you didn't have time to work out because you went to bed late. Every area of your life that you sacrifice for your goal becomes a sacrifice. And I'll go to bed at super late. If I was up late with a girl, getting distracted, you name it. And one big meal. And then I would have this like runny nose mucus thing going on if I was out partying the next day. And the average would be like I probably take vitamins 5 days a week, have a couple meals, a few bottles of water, 6 bottles of water, do like a average workout and get about 6.5 hours of sleep. So this became my average here. So if you look in the middle, you're not the low, you're not the high. Most people live right here in the middle, their average level of existence, and it's terrible. Most people's level of existence is not impressive. Now, haircut quality. This is important. Jaw-dropping, world-class across the board, chiseled to absolute perfection, no hair out of place, or as long as I can solve the problem solution in 90 minutes or less, no ash line or noticeable sharp lineup contrast. So this is important that you guys know where's your current average level of existence. And then content quality, another important one, probably the most important. Million views, ton of positive engagement, link clicks, new clients from quality haircut showcasing. Low, can't even post a video, or I have to delete it because I'm so insecure about how bad the video came out. And then my average level of existence was 50,000 views, 30 comments, lighting, actions, and angles are okay, up to par. But I knew I was worth this. And if you guys are showing up less than what you're worth, it's gonna show. People are gonna be able to read that on you. And they're showing your results as well. Apartment cleanliness right after the maid comes is the high. Low is terrible clutter, gross, like flies coming in the window because I left food out. And then average is like pretty messy and unorganized. Room, bed made in excellence daily, curtains up during the day, no visible clothes out, sparkling clean furnishings, smells like roses. And a low is the bed's not even made, clothes are all over the place, cups, drinks, food around, smells questionable. Like you wouldn't have a girl over when you're at this low. And then the average is like you gotta hurry up and clean up before she comes over. But perfect is like you have no conscience. She could be like, hey, I'm here. And you'd be like, oh yeah, come up. Like my house is in excellence already. Come through. That's where you want to live at. That's your 10.0. Personal care, cologne, brushing teeth twice, flossing, fresh taper, enhanced lineup and beard oil, face and skin oil, manicure, pedicure, jewelry, washed your hair every week. And then the low is like, oh, you forgot to put on deodorant and brush your teeth. You only brush your teeth one time, or your haircut's super overgrown and your eyebrows are, and you got some acne on your face because you haven't been doing your skincare routine, and you got dandruff and your nails are overgrown, and your average is like, okay, you're like a week-old haircut and you smell okay. Boom. I want you guys to do this for every single area of your existence. Make sure you do not move on in this module until you complete this. So now we've identified your patterns of existence in every area of your life. Fill this in. Right now, your highest level of income you've ever made as a barber. Fill that in. For me, it was $29,000 in a month. Almost $1,000 a day every single day for 30 days straight. I had no life. Pretty much sold my soul to the barber chair. And what's the lowest amount you've made recently from behind the chair? Some of you guys, it's like $3K a month. We got to get this up. Unacceptable when you have such a great potential and you're showing up as less. So now we're going to continue on this worksheet. If you have completed this, if not, don't play yourself and think you're going to get any results, because the work instills the worth. So if you really want to get something out of this thing and feel self-worth, let's put in the work right now. This is going to pay off dividends for you. Patterns of existence worksheet for every area of your life. You want to be aware of yourself from now on and refer back to this chart and track your patterns and identity to the markers which regulate your patterns. Facing the red pill is when you stop fighting your shadows and running away from your problems and fears. And it's when you face the music and face the truth that deep down you know needs resolving and cleaning out. And it's when you stop running away and trying to hide the past. Because we know a breach in one area of your life will be a breach in every area of your life. And that if you have a business, you'll magnify it 10x. This isn't a business tactic, but the most profitable thing you can possibly do.